Hey guys, welcome back to a special edition of the Ultimate Sim. Um, Before I go into this, I'm going to tell you right now, this has been in the planning for quite some time. So this is nothing new. This was something that I have been working on for a while. So for those of you who've been following along, you saw that the stream picture actually changed to kind of give this a little bit of a tease. And then I put a few things out on the Sims 3 page for anybody that follows. You kind of got a little bit of a tease as well. All right. Before we get started, as you can see in my panel right here, all four Sims are alive and well. So they are all fine. Nobody's dead yet. So that's all good. So but to do this, I'm going to be on this static screen for a while. I don't want them moving because there's something that we're going to be doing in just a minute, and I don't really want anybody moving. I'm going to go into more of what it means to the LP in just a little bit. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I think it's going to just add a new dimension to it. But it is going to change the game. It's going to change the rules. But remember when I told you in the beginning that the rules are kind of, some rules are strict, but some rules were somewhat optional. And so we're going to make a few changes that I think are going to be fun. I'm going to enjoy it a lot. I hope you will too. I was going to do this with Brandon, but I ended up restarting Brandon and did him completely separate. So I couldn't actually do this with him, but I was going to do it with him first and then try it here. But having said that, let's go ahead. All right. Over the last few episodes, you probably have realized, or maybe you didn't, I've been throwing in some subtle hints. And if you haven't really paid attention, most of these episodes have focused on George and on Huppy. They've been pretty much front and center for most of them. And you'll notice a lot of times I've been putting George and Huppy together quite a bit. So, of course, when they were at the playground on the swings together, they went out to the park together, George meeting out after work, going over to the bars with Huppy. This was all intentional because the boys have gotten really, really close. So close that George has actually confided in Huppy with a very, very devastating secret. But Huppy's handled it pretty well, but eventually he knew he was going to have to tell Lacey. And of course George did too, but nobody knew exactly how. The thing is, George now, as you know, is he's got a girlfriend, which is Celeste, and he's expecting a child. He's getting up there in age, and he knows he's kind of reflected back on his life. He grew up in Appaloosa Plains, and he's told Huppy about his childhood and how he just can remember the smell of the river, the smell of the lakes, the horse barns, and all the green grass and the trees, great big skies, and how he really doesn't want to raise his children on lunar lakes. So he's decided that he and Celeste have talked in secret. They're going to be getting married shortly after the child is born, but they would both like to have their children and raise their child off of lunar lakes in another world. Well, of course, he didn't know how to tell Lacey because he knows it's against the rules. The Ultimate Sim is not allowed to have her children leave, and they're supposed to basically live with her until they die and be a part of the family cemetery. So he didn't know if it was possible, and he's been trying his best to figure it out. But Huppy finally decided he would tell Lacey. Of course, you can see Lacey's reaction. She was a little shocked, a little stunned, but she understood, and she absolutely agreed that it would be a better place to raise a child, and she would love to see her grandchild being raised back on Earth. But she knew that it wasn't probably going to be an easy deal with the Watcher. The Watcher's me, by the way. So she knew she'd have to confide in the Watcher to see if this could be allowed, or if an arrangement or bargain could be made. But then Huppy dropped yet another bomb on Lacey. And Lacey wasn't quite prepared for this one. Because Huppy told her he was born here on Lunar Lakes, and he lived and went to school in Oasis Landings. But he himself has never set foot on Earth. He's never seen grass, not real grass. He's never seen a real tree. And that he would like to go with George. And in fact, he's planning to go with George to Earth. So now Lacey is looking at losing both of her sons, and she just did not know what to do about it. So Lacey came to the Watcher, and she discussed the situation with the Watcher, because she knew that without the Watcher's approval it wouldn't happen. Well, it just so happened the Watcher was in a very forgiving and very generous mood, and said yes, he would grant this, but there would be some conditions. There would be some things that Lacey would have to do in order for this to actually be allowed. Lacey listened intently. We had a little discussion. There was some arguing, but eventually we came to a couple of understandings. And the first understanding was that, yes, the boys will be allowed to move back to Earth, back to one of the towns. They cannot move back to Appaloosa Plains. They cannot move back to where they lived before. Hupy's free to live anywhere he wants, but they're going to both be going to the same town. But the Watcher said one more thing. He said, I don't like to separate families, not in any form, not through the living or through the dead. So, both of the boys will be returning to Earth, but they're not going by themselves. For this trip, Hupy's father, Upu, and George's father, Brady, will be resurrected, and they will travel with the boys and help them establish their life back on Earth. So in just a moment, Lacey is going to be resurrecting both of their boys' fathers. They will be split off from the family, and they will travel distantly through the portal, and they will end up somewhere back on Earth. Lacey's one requirement is that once per year, every year of her Ultimate Sim journey, she must travel back for at least a couple of days and visit some of her descendants. She will come back and she will visit baby George when he's getting married. Hopefully she'll be there at his wedding. Perhaps she'll be there when Hupy gets married and has his first child. But her requirement is that at least once per year she will need to travel back and visit with her descendants and see how their lives are progressing as we move forward. Lacey was okay with that. She was sad to lose her children. She was sad to see them go, but she knew it was for the best. However, the Watcher said, but that's not all. There is so much more to it. Because there's a rule that the Watcher has. And it's a rule that we've been playing all along. What we do for one, we do for all. Now, Lacey didn't quite understand what that meant. But as the Watcher explained it to her, she realized what she's going to have to do. Not just will she be sending her boys off, and not just with her boys' fathers, but she's also going to be bringing back every one of her descendants, all the way from Christopher Steele, all the way to her last husband in Hidden Springs, Derek Kahn, and all of their descendants. They'll be brought back to life, they'll be granted the gift of youth to start a new life back on Earth, and they will be placed back somewhere in the Sim world. Again, her requirement is that once per year she must travel, and she must spend a few days to check in on her family and her descendants, to see how they're doing, help them if they need it, or just enjoy the new grandkids and the new children that she sees as their lives begin to develop. So, Lacey's prepared to do that, and she said, I am sad to see my family come back briefly and then have to watch them all disappear. But the Watcher told her, there's more. There's always something more. And Lacey said, but what else could you take from me? He said, well, there is a requirement that now we've taken care of your present children. We've taken care of your past children, but we also have to regard your future children. And so going forward, you will have a new set of constraints. Going forward, you will need to have, you can have a spouse, you can have a husband, and you can have as many children as you want with them. But when the youngest child of that spouse becomes a young adult, that leg of your family will instantly be split off and will be placed in another timeline, in another town, and they'll be part of your journey that you will go back and visit. So enjoy the husband and the children while you have them, because once they reach young adulthood, the entire family, your husband, if they're still alive, if they're not, you'll resurrect them. They will then return to Earth, and you will then join and see each of them as they grow up, live their lives, and have children and families of their own. Now, the reason I'm doing this, just to kind of give you an idea, I wanted to be able to actually do this as well. I wanted to be able to play my other families, all of her descendants, which I've always felt bad. Some of them did not get much of a life at all. They just aged up and died. That was all they did. They did their job and they died. And they didn't have children. They didn't have families, didn't have spouses. So I'm going to go back to everybody, and everybody's going to get placed into a house. I'm going to play them off camera a little bit at a time. And when something eventful happens, Lacey's going to be appearing in that episode, and there'll be a short special episode somewhere weaved into the Ultimate Sim channel. It's not going to be called the Ultimate Sim. It's going to be called the Ultimate Sim Descendants. But it's not its own LP. It actually goes with this LP, because otherwise those episodes would not make any sense. They would have to be weaved into wherever they are in Lacey's journey. But that's what we're going to be doing. And to do this, it's really simple. I'm just going to take Lacey wherever she is. I'm going to put her up on the bin, just cut her out, evict her, just cut her out and save her, and then pop her into whatever save I'm in. let her interact with them for a few days, then bring her, go right back to this challenge and keep going. But there's also another nice thing is that a lot of familiar faces may be popping up from time to time within the story. I told you guys a long time ago that I had plans for my old LP characters, and you saw a little bit of those plans starting to show up in the running sim, but you're going to see a lot of that happening here in this Descendents. I guess you could call it kind of a spin-off in a way, but not really. It all just kind of goes together. So to get started, what we're going to do, Lacey's already got everything prepared. She's got all of her family members here, and we're going to start with Upu right here. Actually, we're going to start with Brady. So she's going to bring Brady back, and we'll go ahead and begin her new journey. So let's go ahead and get this started. Hopefully this will not take too long, but this is going to be our special episode. So get ready to see a blast from the past, because a lot of these people are coming back. And I don't have Young Again potions for everybody, but those who can actually do their own, they'll be able to create their own. Alright, now Brady's here, but we have to do this pretty fast, because what happens is once she actually cures him of this zombiness, he'll leave. He'll go away really quick. Alright, go ahead and find a spot. Let's get this one done. I probably should not have done this on a platform, but yeah, you're supposed to do this at the final destination, but what I'm finding is that the family tree is going to break anyway, and I found a lot of issues when I moved with all these tombs and whatnot, so I also thought it'd be kind of fun. That way we get to go see these people off and on, and it just kind of breaks it up. So you can kind of work up. Lacey might be going to spend Christmas with George, and maybe she'll go spend Love Day with one of the other ones. All right, let's go ahead and just attach him to the family real quick, because if you don't do this, they run. They run super fast. Advanced. We're gonna let's go ahead. Oh no, it's basic. I need to go to basic. Alright, we just need to go to basic, and we're going to add our sim. Nope, it's intermediate. I did this the other day. I did this the other day just playing around with it. Alright, it's add sim. Alright, so now we put him in here, and we've got Brady under our control. Okay, the next one we're going to bring back is going to be Upu. So this is, of course, Hupi's father. And let's go ahead and cast a spell. Let's bring him back real quick. Now, Brady does not know how to actually create a potion to save himself, but that's okay. Evangeline and Felicia are here. I've got them. I've got their graves right here. So I didn't lose anybody. They're all here. They just don't show up on the tree for some reason. Alright, now that you got Upu back, let's go ahead and cast a charm. Do a sunlight charm on him. And hopefully her magic doesn't go out too fast. Alright, let's go ahead and add him into the household as well. Master Controller, we want intermediate. And we will add our sim. Alright, at this point I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I need to add in a couple other people, but we're not going to do it that way. We're going to do it a little bit different. Okay, so taking a look real quick, George has some abilities. I just want to make sure he's got what I think he does. He's got logic already mastered, and let me just double check. Does he know all of these? Yep, he knows all the potions, so he can actually take care of everybody. So George will be responsible for lowering the age of all these guys when they get to the new world. So in order to do this, we're going to go ahead and actually edit our town. And this is actually a duplicate of my save, by the way. So if I mess up, I'm okay. I'm still safe. I've got the original. I was smart enough to think about that. But we're going to go ahead and move him. We're going to move them all together, and then I'm going to get rid of them in just a minute. So it's sad to see this happen, but I'm really excited about it because I think it could be a lot of fun. Plus, I didn't want to lose some of these characters. Alright, George is up here. What we want to do is we want to actually split up our household. We're going to actually split up a few people. First, we're going to evict. Brady's going out. George is going out. Upu and Hupu. So sad to see him leave. It's so sad, but we're going to do it. And then we're going to put them together in a different group and move them away. So I do have a house or a place that I'm prepared to move them to. I'm not going to tell you guys yet. That'll be part of the surprise. But I do know where these guys are going. Some of the other ones I'm still kind of working out the details. Because like Christopher Steele cannot live in Sunset Valley since he already lives there. But they had Anderson, and Anderson married his imaginary friend Allie. Then Allie had Amy. Well, Amy married... Alright, let's go ahead and move you guys into there. And we're going to give this George's name because it's going to be Varela anyway. So let's just go ahead and call it Varela. So Amy married Dimitri. Well, that means that I can't use Riverview for them either. So I've got to do a little bit of finagling of where they're going to go. So we will see these guys again. Don't worry, they are going to be shown, just not as frequently. But we are going to go ahead and take them out of here. I'm going to go. Let's go ahead and evict them real quick. Go ahead and move them out. They're not going to keep their house, and this will take care of these guys. With Master Controller, you can reattach family tree lines, you can attach relationships and all that, so it will be very easy to do this. But I'm looking forward to it just so that I can actually go back and use these guys again. Alright, first of all, I want to save you guys to my library so I can move you guys wherever I want to put you. And then I'm going to delete you, believe it or not, which is sad, but it's the way it's got to be. And then we'll go back and we'll work on the rest of them. So I just thought you guys would enjoy seeing this because this is what we were going to do at the end, but we're going to try to put them all in the same world. Problem is, you don't have a world that's big enough to keep all these people, so I think this will work. All right, if we go ahead and delete them here off the clipboard, that should take care of all of them. And let's go ahead and return back to Lacey and get back in here as well. So that is how you get rid of them. And now, of course, if I look at her family tree, George and Hugh are not there at all. So they're taken care of, and they're not even here in town. If you look at the relationships, they shouldn't be here at all. Whoops, they shouldn't be. If they are, then we made a problem. But if we go and look at, yep, no George, no Hugh, so they are no longer here. Still got pregnant ladies that are not there. All right, let's go ahead and work on the next one. The next one we're going to take care is good old Christopher Steele, the oldest living sim anyway, but she's going to bring him back now. And again, I got to watch her magic. She should be okay with it because I hope she can get it done. But that'll work. Okay, and again, I'll check and see. Somebody in that group should be able to actually take care of aging them back. If not, I've got potions to give them if I need to, and I can save those with them in their inventory. They should be all right. All right, let's go ahead and make sure we save you in here. I had to do this way. I had to get rid of those other guys first. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to get all of them because you just kind of have to do this. There's going to be so many. And I couldn't do this after she got back from the future because we're going to have a kid and probably a husband when we come back. All right, it's time to go see Anderson again. Let's go ahead and just reanimate him. It's kind of nice to see these guys coming back, actually. And, of course, when she goes back to these different places, her former husband, she could still actually carry on the relationship with him if she wants because they don't exist in the same timeline. So it would be fine. They could still actually be romantic interests or boyfriend and girlfriend. I'm talking about Lacey and her husband. So that'll work. All right, Anderson, welcome back. Let's go ahead and add you in. Get you into Master Controller. Go to Intermediate. Add the sim. Yeah, if you've ever done this, as soon as you hit that spotlight, that sunlight charm, as soon as you're finished, it's over. They run, they leave so fast, it's ridiculous. All right, go ahead and bring Amy back. Amy was his imaginary friend wife. So these old guys. Oh wait, before you do that, Anderson, do you know the potions? Because I think you do. I think he's got everything. He should. If he's the one. Yep, so Anderson can take care of this whole entire chain, so that's great. There's a lot of them, too. So we'll have everybody taken care of. So I hope you guys are not too disappointed. I hope you didn't think I was going to kill somebody off. I was like, no. But that's what the graves were about, was to kind of show you that we're bringing back the dead today. So that's it. I wish it was daylight so you could see them a little bit better. But it might, well, it's only 3 o'clock in the morning. All right, hold on. I was about to mess up. All right, Allie, let's go ahead and get you in here as well. Intermediate. So in case you guys are going to resurrect your Sims, remember, get them in the household fast. It's just so quickly that they go. And I put them all in order so that way I can just go one from the other. So that's why you'll notice I've got them all just lined up in the order that I want. Now this, I'm going to go ahead and cheat that away. I've got my cheats on because I knew that I needed to actually get rid of some of this. All right, there we go. Okay, welcome back, Amy. Let's get you back to where you should be. I know her magic is waning, but we'll get rid of that, and now we're back to full magic. So I just have to get this done. You didn't do it right. Do it again. Alright, don't let her run. She will run. Alright, come on, let's try it one more time. Or are you a zombie now? Because she will become a zombie if you do it wrong. There you go, Amy. Okay, so Amy's here. See, she's turning to run. It's just that fast. So you've got to just kind of be ready, hold your pause button, be ready to grab them, and then you're good to go. All right, so we'll add her back to the household. Now they had, her husband is Dimitri, so we'll go grab him real quick. And I am going to look at the family tree to see if it attaches. I don't think it does, so I'm going to have to go back and do some finagling with that as well. But yeah, I did actually have this all worked out that I was going to do this, but I was waiting until we actually were traveling to the future, and I was planning to do it yesterday on her sim day, but then I thought, no, I'll just do it on the last day right before we leave, so that way we get this out of the way. This also frees us up so that we can get more kids, we can get another husband in here, so I just think it'll be fun. Plus, I love the whole idea of going back and seeing my old LP characters, and I thought, wouldn't it be great if I could tie them into my Ultimate Sim? So they might end up marrying some of these people, so you never know. So you might see these guys actually become a part of my old LP series as well. So that's where we're going. All right, now Aaron, we'll bring him back. He's the last in this chain. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, that's the last one. So I had to do it. I had to be very, very careful because I kept thinking, oh, I was going to have another kid. I was like, no, I can't. I can't have a kid. I won't be able to do this. I won't be able to do it if I have too many kids. So that's why I could not have a baby. Even though some of you guys were saying, we need a kid. I'm like, no, I can't. I can't. I won't have room in the house. Because like here, we're topped off with 8, and I couldn't do it any other way. Well, I could have. I would probably had to got rid of Zephyr, and I didn't want to get rid of her. All right, let's go ahead and get you in here. And then that should take care of, this is the Sunset Valley and Riverview clan. So we got all of them. And it's also kind of nice because now Brandy will get to actually have a real life, which she never had. All right, Christopher, see, you're not attached to anybody, but I will do this when I get them to the new world. So for now, it doesn't really matter. Nobody's attached. They don't have any, they really don't know each other, but I will go back and I will fix all that. So this is why I said, you know, having them dead, not really the best thing in the world. All right, let's go ahead and go to Edit Town and get rid of these guys, and we'll grab the next set. So we'll take you guys out of here. We're going to evict, split up the household, I should say. All right, Dimitri, Aaron, Amy, Allie, Anderson, Christopher. There we go. You guys are out. Going to the clipboard. I don't know what your last name was, but I can go back and change that event eventually. I've been planning this, gosh, it's been a while. It's been quite a while since we changed the save file. Definitely before that, actually. We were in the old save file. I knew I was going to do something with them here. I think I was starting to think about it right around the time we were ending Appaloosa Plains. But I have been working this out. So it was one of those, all right, we'll get there. You guys might see a few people here. Oh, you probably don't recognize any of these people from these little thumbnails, but you should. There's a bunch of people from my old LPs down here. And I have them for a reason. All right, let's go ahead and place you guys. Oh, Ivanov. Okay, I can take Ivanov. That's fine. Let's go ahead and save them out of here, and then we'll move on. But yeah, and that's why I was really making that big project of getting all of my LP people out without that custom content, because I knew I was going to need them. So I've been procrastinating, knowing I had to get that done. So now that I have everybody and I can put those people in, like I said, I am planning to tie some people in, and so you'll see a lot of familiar faces that they were going to run into in their different towns, and they may not always be in the same town. May not be in the town that they originated from, so you never know. All right, let's go ahead and get rid of them. They don't need to be here anymore. I do have you guys, so there we go. I will remove you from the clipboard. Okay, let's go back and grab the next group. So that would take care of our Sunset Valley Riverview group. And now we need to go ahead and work on our Twin Brick guys. And the first one we have, oh no, we didn't finish Riverview. This is Dawn. They're not actually tied into the other guys, so that's why they're separate. Dawn was her second husband, so this was a completely different tie. So we'll bring him out. Of course, he can go anywhere except Riverview. He can't go back there because he lives there. He's already in that town. So at this point, we'll get him set up. And, all right. Oh, I've got a lot of things coming up that I'm planning on, and hopefully you guys are going to like it. But today we got to get finished with, we're going to do another episode of the Ultimate Sim, and then we're going to also go into the running sim, and I'm probably going to finish it up today. If it goes like it has been lately, I'll probably finish it. All right. most tragic death of the entire LP. We're bringing her back. Brandy's coming back. She's going to have a life. So those of you who might have been very upset that Brandy didn't get much of a life after dying at graduation, she's going to have a good life. She's going to do just fine. All right, let's go ahead and turn her back, bring her back into human form. It'll be nice. It's so nice to see some of them. I don't know why Don is over here. Do we not... He's still a zombie? I don't know why he's still a zombie. Or he's acting like it. That's all good. We can take care of him. Alright, let's go ahead and bring you into the house. We'll add you in. Okay, so these two are here. We're going to go ahead and pull them back out, though. That way I can just get to the next one. Who reset? Oh, they all reset. Every time you do that, they all reset. So it's kind of weird. Alright, let's go ahead and evict them out of here. We're going to take out Brandy and Don. Don's still a zombie, but he won't be a zombie for long. Worst case, I'll take care of that. Let's go ahead and try to get this one finished. Like I said, it will take a while, so it's not that bad, but it does take a while to get all this set. Okay, go ahead and take you guys, and we're going to save you to the bin so I have you. And it's another way for me to grab all my old characters, but I have to go back and redo all their clothing and everything. And when I re-age these guys, I don't know that I'm going to put all the elders back straight to young adult. I'll probably bring them more in line. I don't know. We might not, because the Watcher's going to do some different things with them. We're going to give some new rules and twists for everybody. So there's a lot of things that we're going to change, but the main parts of the program of the challenge aren't changing that much. All right, come on, Eddie. It's time for you to come on out. Let's get you to get your power back. Get your powers back. There you go. So Eddie's here briefly. Let's go ahead and cast that sunlight charm real quick on Eddie. There you go. All right. It is so nice to see these guys back, though. It really is. And like I said, I've got some plans for what we're doing in the future, so that's going to happen hopefully pretty quick. But we will have more babies. We're going to have quite a few more babies, actually. So they're coming. Okay, the Tara was our time machine kid, I believe. So let's go ahead and bring her back. She should mostly be a clone of Lacey. So this will be on YouTube as soon as I'm done and it uploads. It won't take it that long, but as soon as I can get it up there, we will have it out there on YouTube. Hopefully by the time I'm playing the other Ultimate Sim, it should be able to get posted. But the name of this one, I don't know if I told you guys, the name of this will be the Ultimate Sim Descendents. So if you see any episode that says Ultimate Sim Descendants, that's what it means. That means Lacey's traveling to go see somebody. And typically I'll probably give you some kind of a heads up that we're about to travel. She'll be kind of working towards it or looking forward to her trip or something. We'll just kind of make something of that into the story. However, we will also... sometimes there might even be a surprise. You may just show up and we may be somewhere already. So... Alright, Cheyenne. For some reason they're all mummies. They shouldn't be, because we actually did the cast of the charm. I think I'm going to do the love charm on you twice. Or not the love charm, the sunlight charm. Alright, before you do anything, let me go ahead and stop you, get you into it's probably because I'm not letting you fully come back to human. Alright, do it one more time. You shouldn't leave. Alright, see, now she wants to run. You're not running. You're not going anywhere. But yeah, I got to go back and do all their outfits and everything, so that's going to be an ordeal. But this gives me something that I can do, that I can be playing along the way as well. Alright, Shelton is a little bit of a different case. Shelton is our Simbot. So when you bring him back, I'm going to show you what happens with him. He's going to come back human. And he's going to come back human with some quirks, which is kind of weird. So... there's really no other way around it, but I can show you how we're going to fix that. Alright, go ahead and go do your charm, which is your sunlight charm real quick. Alright, Shelton. Yeah, come on. Now, if I leave him like this, first of all, we're going to go ahead and bring him into the house. Intermediate, add the sim. Okay, now that I've got him, I'm going to show you something real quick. Let's go ahead and walk over here. See how he walks like a plumbot or a simbot? Well, he's going to look like a human. There's two things you could do. You could either throw a Symbot converter elixir at him, or you could do what we're going to do, and we're going to take this potent cure potion and we're going to throw it at Shelton. And when you do that, Shelton will become completely human, so you won't have to worry about that glitch. This way Shelton can go have children. He can have a life of his own as well. So, because I wanted him to be able to do the same. Alright, so Shelton, prove to us that you can now walk like a normal person. I think you did it. See, now he's fine. So now he's back to where he should be. And when you look at him, he's no longer a Plumbot. So he's now Shelton. Well, where's Shelton? He's not in here? You don't. Oh, that's you. You can't be you. All right, so now you should have Shelton. That's him right there. So he's no longer actually a Plumbot. So he'll have a real life. I did this with Brandon's Plumbot, and it was fantastic. His little name was Isidro, and he was part of our band. I got so tired of it that he could never go in the water, so I was like, I gotta cure this guy, and I realized that that was the easiest way to do it. All right, you guys get to go out of here. And you go out of here. Let's move you guys out to the clipboard. These guys can't go to Twinbrook, but they can go anywhere else that I choose to put them. I don't know where I'm going to send them. And they don't all have to go together. Shelton can go somewhere out on his own. He doesn't have to go with the rest of them because he's not technically tied into them. So he's just Lacey's son. He's not actually tied to Eddie. But Eddie's going to be kind of like the lead. He's going to be the patriarch of the family. So basically you're setting up a whole bunch of fathers to hopefully be good fathers and grandfathers and great-grandfathers throughout the generations. So that's the goal. So we got at least these guys here. Let's go ahead and save you guys in. So I've got you. And we'll move on from there. Yeah, I kind of am leaning towards somewhere different for Shelton than the rest of the group. I haven't decided yet, but like I said, the only one I know for sure is George and Huppy. I know where they're going, and that one would probably be Lacey's first trip because we're going to go see George's wedding and meet George's firstborn. So, because you guys won't know what the child is. All right, so I got you guys in. Let's go ahead and delete them from the clipboard. And then we'll go on back in. We don't have that many more, but we got, well, Derek's line is pretty long, so we do have a lot there, but Jeffrey's pretty easy. Jeffrey Dean, that was our husband in Barnacle Bay. Let's go ahead and reanimate you. And let's go ahead and get rid of this waning thing right here. Let's go ahead and get rid of this. And these guys, of course, they're in university, so really any town I put them in, it's not going to be, I can't get away from that. But I don't have to have them travel to university if I don't want to, although some of them might, which would be kind of weird, but that's fine. All right, go ahead and actually add good old Jeffrey in. It's been a while since we've seen him. Intermediate, add Sim. I know this might be a little boring, but I'm enjoying seeing these guys come back, to be honest with you. I'm having a good time. All right, Dawson. Dawson was our only son here in Barnacle Bay, and obviously they can't go back there. Well, they actually could, because neither one of them really truly exist in Barnacle Bay, but they could. They could go back. All right, Dawson, let's get you back to where you should be. And I can't wait to see them all young and looking good again. It'll be so nice. All right, get you guys in here. And that's going to be my next big project that I'll be doing like late at night when I can't sleep, when I'm working on these guys. So if you're wondering what I'm working on, that's what I'm doing. All right, my boys are in. Let's go up to Edit Town, and we're going to go ahead and, you know what, I'm going to save just because we've done quite a bit of this, and I don't want to lose our progress at this point, although it really wouldn't make much of a difference, but I really don't want to mess up. So far, things have been going pretty fine. But again, I've got this whole file saved. This is the backup save. Well, not the backup. This is the copy of it, which could become a backup, but it's all good. Some of them I don't quite remember what they look like, so I'm really interested to see what they're gonna how it's gonna go. I'm gonna go back and look at the old videos and see how I had them, what I had them dressed in and whatnot, and see if I could try to duplicate when I want to, or I might change them all up. I don't know, but at least get them kind of where they started. I might take a few snapshots and post them out on the Sims 3 site, so you guys can, if you're following along, if you look, you might see a few of them out there every once in a while. But big events, you'll see them on the little series that I'm going to do. So, and again, that's not going to be its own playlist. It'll just weave it throughout the entire Ultimate Sim playlist, and it'll work. They're going to go back into worlds, but not the worlds that they come from. No, they can't. So, because like Christopher Steele already lives in Sunset Valley, so he can't go there. But he can go to another world. He can go to any other world that he doesn't already exist in. So now these two, they could go because they don't really exist in any world. I mean, Jeffrey Dean exists in every world, but Dawson doesn't exist anywhere, so he could go anywhere. But like Devin already is living in Bridgeport, so I can't move these guys to Bridgeport. So poor Madeline, she's not going to go back to Bridgeport. She'll have to find another place. But she likes to sing, so we'll find her a place. We'll find her something that she might like. Cannot believe all the celebrities I had. I guess we were celebrities for quite some time. I understand this one. I understand why. Oops, I didn't cure you yet. All right, let's go ahead and cure you first. Alright, do the sunlight charm. But, yeah, I don't quite remember. She did, well, she's had about an equal number of boys and girls, hasn't she? I know, well, lately we've had a lot of boys just because Hupie and George, they added to it. But, yeah, I don't know. Alright, go ahead and bring him in. And then this would be Madeline, that's her daughter. Let's go ahead and actually bring her in as well. Now, now Madeline could go to Hidden Springs with her husband or with Devin if she wants to, her father. But the other ones, they can't because they've married boys that are actually children right now in the game in Hidden Springs, so they can't go there. So that's going to be interesting trying to find the combination of where to go. Well, the males that are coming back, those are her husbands, so she should have a lot of guys. So yeah, most of them are husbands. Let's go ahead and add you back into the house. And intermediate. She didn't have her hat. I was kind of hoping to see her hat on her. Alright, Madeline, just for old time's sake, come on and do something for me real quick. I want you to change into your outerwear. Show me that hat one more time, please. Nope, she didn't have her hat. So she lost her hat. Oh man, I'll find it. I'll get that hat for her eventually. Alright, they're the only two that go together, so let's go ahead and knock them out and get them set up for wherever they're going to go. So this will also save our ghost situation, so I don't have to deal with all those ghosts coming around my house. I was almost going to put Lacey over there. No, you can't go. You got to stay here, Lacey. This is your spot. And I don't know. We'll see. Alright, come on through. Yeah, I did this with Brandon. Brandon's family is all still alive. They never died. So I split them off. I've got them saved somewhere, but I don't know. I haven't put them in different worlds yet. So you might see them, so I might be introducing you to a few new people as well as we go through. But then again, probably not, because I have plans for them later. So I probably won't put them in. They'll come in at some point, but not anytime soon. Alright, go ahead and return you. Get you back out. Let's see. What about how many? Oh, you don't have that anymore. Derek, one of my old favorites. Let's go ahead and pull you out of here. And this will bring out a lot to take care of. Unfortunately, you can't do the same thing with Twink. So Twink, I think you might be able to go to the Science Center to bring him back, but I don't know. I haven't really done it yet. All right, Derek, we're time to bring you back in and get you all nice and set up. They look so weird as zombies. They really do. Alright. Yep. Hello. How are you? He actually turned out okay as an elder. I'm surprised. Some of them do and some of them don't. Some of them are just hideous. Alright, go ahead and bring Derek in. And let's take Evangeline came first. So we'll go ahead and bring her back. I better watch this because this will backfire on her in a heartbeat. It really will. You don't want that to happen. She'll turn into a zombie. So I had to cheat to do this. I know. I can't find stones, but I do have stones, so I can bring him back. And I'm going to put him with another family. So don't worry about stone. He'll come back. But I couldn't get his tombstone back. But I have stones saved to my bin, so I've got him in there. So he will not. I won't lose him. All right, go ahead and bring you in. And see, these girls, we never even got to really see them. I didn't get to do anything with them. They got kicked out in Appaloosa Plains. So it's unfortunate. All right, let's bring your sister Felicia back. All right, cast that one. Now, they had children, and those are the ones that I don't have. So their kids, I've got them, But I would rather go back and replay these girls, and I'll be the one to actually help them have those children because I'm going to play them as a rotational save. I'll turn my aging off, and I'll just rotate from each house to just kind of progress their stories. Um, all right, there we go. And we'll bring you back in, master controller. I'm getting pretty much on autopilot on this part. All right, let's see the last two. We're gonna bring in George. That would be Evangeline's husband. Let's bring him in. But yeah, it bothers me that Stone's tomb. And if I put Twink's tomb down right now, I'll lose it. So I can't put him down. I'm surprised I didn't lose it the last time, but if you put it out of her inventory, you put it on the ground, you're going to lose it. So I don't want to do that. I think you could go to the science facility, possibly. I'm going to try that, but I'm not quite sure. Go ahead and bring him in. Intermediate. Add your sim. There we go. So we got George. All right, Spencer's the last one we need from this group. Although if I was going to bring Twink back, I would send him back with these guys. So I'm going to look before we actually split them off to see if she can resurrect Twink. We'll see if she can. I don't know. I've never resurrected a pet, to be honest with you, so I don't know how that works. All right, go ahead and do the Sunlight Charm. So to me, it's like, I think there's a way to do it, but I'm not entirely sure. Maybe there's not. Maybe you can't. Maybe it's like pets are gone. When they're gone, they're gone. And that's possible. But I know you can take the pet to Grimm's door and you can get something random. It might bring you a child or something. They'll resurrect him that way. But I don't think I want to do that. Alright, let's just take a look and see. The science facility is the big building up here. So let's go ahead and see if she could possibly, because she's got that opportunity. Cell site, nope, none of those. Alright, it looks like you don't have anything. Donate insects, donate spirits. You can't resurrect ghosts because you don't have one in your inventory apparently, which they don't recognize it. So I don't know. There might be a way to do it. I just don't see it. So we'll find out eventually. I'll look it up. I'll research it and see if I can come up with something. But at this point, I don't think there is. So let me get Lacey to go ahead and go into Edit Town. Let's go do this one last time. Well, I could try that Oh My Ghost opportunity in just a minute, but go ahead and actually save you guys to the bit. Oops, no. Doing it backwards here. I'm telling you guys I could do this in my sleep, and I can't. All right, Evangeline, George, Derek, Felicia, Spencer. You guys are all going to the clipboard, and then I'll have everybody out. Yeah, the Oh My Ghost thing, I think she already did the Oh My Ghost opportunity, didn't she? If she didn't, I need to do that. But we'll just do it with some random townie and then kick him out. I thought she already did. At least I think so. Or, well, she should have had that in her wheel of choices that she should have been able to do, and it should have just been grayed out. So maybe she hasn't done it. I can fire off that opportunity and see if it works. Alright, go ahead. Let's get you guys down here. Save you guys. You're my last group. So now I have all these guys ready to go. And yeah, I know Brandon did it. He did it in like the first town. So that's why I was thinking Lacey did it. But I guess not. So we'll just go find. I think there might be one or two dead people here in this town. I wonder if Bella Goth would come back. I don't think she will. We could try it. Let's see what happens. Alright, let's go ahead and take you guys out since I have you on the bin. Yep, saved. There you go. You guys are out. We'll return to the game, and I'm going to check one more thing real quick. Alright, so at this point, if you look at her family tree, she is down to just this one right here. That is it, but I'm recreating the family tree. I've already got it all written out. I'm putting it out on Family Echo. I'm going to provide a link so you guys can kind of follow along. It'll be a little bit spoilerish because as I actually have kids in my off-screen playing, I'll be writing them down there. So, but I'll let you know if there's something that I added, whatnot, whenever I do these. But you guys will see how the family tree develops. All right, let's give her that Oh My Ghost opportunity and just see by chance if that will work for the kid. All right, that's under a basic. We want an opportunity. It's going to give you everything, so it takes a while, and we'll see if it comes up. Oh, it does have a Bella Goth. Oh, but it's an old lady. Well, that's fine. I can have an old lady Bella. That'll work. All right, it takes forever for it to load up all the opportunities because there's a ton of them. That's why I normally do opportunity by category. So, of course, the game could crash on me right here, but I'm hoping it won't. There we go. Oh, oh, oh. All the way down. You see how many there are? Tons of them. All right. Oh, my ghost. No, she's not done it. So let's go ahead and grab it in here. We'll just lock it in. Let's see. Do you have one? It says bring an urn to the store. Let's go ahead and take a look. Yes, you can. So you can bring the ghost back. All right. Well, she's going to bring back good old Twink. Not this time, but she's going to bring him back later. And then I am going to split Twink out. So, but she has that opportunity to bring him back. I wish she could have brought back Stone. I wish I would have kept him. But Twink's making a resurrection. So is Stone. He'll be back. You guys will see all of them as well. All right, so that is basically the beginning. This is the beginning setup for this little series that we're going to weave within the Ultimate Sim called the Ultimate Sim Descendants. I hope you guys are looking forward to it. Again, the main thing is that Lacey will be joining and visiting all of these different people along the way from now all the way through until we get to the end. So there'll be new family members, and I'm really looking forward to seeing her go have Christmas in Hidden Springs and maybe go over and enjoy summer in Sunset Valley and all kinds of fun like stuff like that. And we'll see who's living there. And again, a lot of old people that would be making some familiar faces and returns for you as well. See, you guys thought I was going to kill Hupie. Kill me. I was like, I'm not that heartless. I'm not going to kill Hupie. He might drive me crazy sometimes, but I wouldn't kill him. All right, guys. Thank you all so much for watching this one. If you're sticking around with me, we're about to kick off with Lacey. She's about to head off into Utopia, and we're going to go see what's happening. So let me go change a couple of things behind the scenes, get ourselves set up, and we are ready to go to the future, and we've got all of our plans set in motion for going into the rest of the LP. I'm excited. All right, guys, thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you next time.